I was moving a concrete splash pad, not far mind you, just 18 inches. I tried to lift and slide it, not a good idea. So I stood it up on its end and walked it. Perfect. Later that night, as I got up out of the recliner to go to bed, my lower back felt funny, stiff, and tight. I awoke the next morning with a sharp pain running down my right leg. On the 10 scale, I rated it a 5. And Kim set an appointment with a chiropractor for the next morning. I also had a lesser pain in my left leg. By the time I got home from work, my pain level was at a 10. I had never felt such pain before. I took pain meds and went to bed. In the wee hours of the morning, I had partially awoke, still kind of dreaming. It seemed like my legs were going numb. I fell back asleep. The next morning, I awoke to find out that I had no feeling below my waist. Knowing something was very wrong with me, we kept the early appointment with the chiropractor with me in a wheelchair. She suspected Cauda Equina Syndrome. I'd never heard of that before, and she recommended I go directly to an emergency room. I did. The ER told me that I did not have Cauda Equina Syndrome, and they gave me a referral to a back specialist. We didn't want to wait that long. Kim called our doctor to get an MRI ordered. We then waited 2 days for insurance approval, with the MRI happening on Friday, February 15th. My doctor got the results on Tuesday, the 19th, and referred me immediately to a neurosurgeon. I saw him 2 days later. He wanted me in the hospital now for surgery the next day to decompress the spine. It was Cauda Equina Syndrome after all, an emergency surgery situation. One problem, I was on a blood thinner and they couldn't operate right then. I stopped the med and went into the hospital on Sunday the 24th with the surgery the following day, the 25th of February. The surgeon performed an L4-L5 microdiscectomy to remove parts of a ruptured disc in order to relieve the pressure on my spinal nerve bundle. The disc had ruptured directly into the canal and had crushed the nerves controlling the lower half of my body. After the surgery, I spent a week in acute rehab, learning how to walk and shower when you can't balance or feel anything below the waist. Humans use their feet, ankles, and legs to balance. I wasn't getting feedback from them. Although the surgery relieved the pain, nerves only regenerate at about 1 millimeter per day, and then only for 12 to 18 months. So getting all of my feeling back is a long shot. Physically, after rehab came physical therapy. Some normal feeling returned to parts of my thighs. The rest stayed numb or got tingly painful. Now, 10 months after the injury, feeling has returned except in the areas covered by underwear, the backs of my legs, and from the ankles down. My feet are very painful and I have a possibly torn tendon. Emotionally, I view myself as a Christian with a deeper than average faith and commitment to Jesus, yet I found myself asking God why this had happened, wanting to know His purpose for it. I realized that God had placed His mark and reminder on me. It was time for the next step in my faith journey. Of course, it wasn't that easy. It was a lot of anguish, soul-searching, prayer, and crying that led me to one fateful night where I placed my Cauda Equina Syndrome, along with everything else in my life, into His hands. I want Him to use me however He can. He was asking me to yield to Him in everything, and I was finally at the point where I realized that I couldn't do anything without doing that. Kim and I are launching a small group ministry at our church, and I am preparing for and taking the Certified Management Accountant Professional exam. Using my experience with Cauda Equina, I am becoming involved in a support and education nonprofit for Cauda Equina Syndrome sufferers located in the UK, and they are seeking to grow worldwide. I certainly won't have much spare time. Not bad for someone who a few months ago was staring a lifelong disability right in the face. I'll always have symptoms. Cauda Equina Syndrome will be a part of me until my dying day, but it will not define me. It is God's tool to keep me humble as I serve Him. Thanks for watching.